Special moment between you and Scottie when they gave you the MVP award. Can you describe what you were thinking and what your emotions were then?
When I was here before I retired, I overshadowed Scottie a lot. And he didn't get the recognition that he truly deserved. You know what I mean? And he's matured since I've been around. And when I stepped away, he matured even more because he understood what I was sheltering him from. The pressure and the press and the expectations that he had to deal with being a star. And when I'm back, he shouldn't get any less of an attention than if I was gone. And when I won the MVP, and I will hold true to my word, I would take the trophy. He can have the card. I'm gonna make sure he gets the card. Because he's like a little brother to me, and he's prospered and he's moved along. And from a financial standpoint, from a contract standpoint, he's locked in, and he very deserving of the same $30 million, 30 whatever I get in the next coming year. He's very deserving of the same contract. Because he put forth the effort every single night. He goes through the pain, and we work out every day. He's joined me in working out every day to stay healthy and to get out here and provide for this organization and this city so that we can be healthy and we can continue to be champions. So, that's what brothers do. We share our success, and that's what I'm doing to him. I just want the trophy. I got enough cars. He can have the Nissan.
Michael.
Well, I felt like that it was a documentary that was not glorifying two, if not three, of the greatest players to ever play this game. That's why I felt that way.
Scottie Pippen, man, this guy is so delusional. He thinks he's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Then he said 2 or 3. I'm like, who the hell are you talking about? I hope you ain't talking about Horace Grant. If you want to talk about Dennis Rodman, okay. But don't you dare in your life say Horace Grant. You thought the documentary was about you? This is what I talk about, people. About delusional. This is delusion of grandeur, ladies and gentlemen. He really believes it. And y'all let him get away with it. And when I mean y'all, I mean Bulls fans. The Chicago Bulls. This is why the team is cursed and destined for failure. The Bulls. They just forgot the HIT at the end. That's why this is happening. There's no other reason. It's the Bulls. This always happened to them. You don't see this kind of discord with the Detroit Pistons. We're a unit. We come together unified. They throw one of those reunion things, we all together. Now you ain't seen none of that for the Bulls. And why is that? Because, newsflash, Scottie Pippen, you weren't it. You were not it. You were not an essential player on that team. You did not matter. You are a role player. Okay? You're Chris Middleton. Do anybody sit there and talk about Chris Middleton? Was he an essential piece to winning the championship? Yes, you were. Without you, Scottie, I will admit they wouldn't have won. Unless they replaced you with another Scottie Pippen. Or somebody else that could score. You were cheap, low rent player. One of the best. Oh my God. Where could I give Scottie Pippen credit? Let me try. Let me try, good people. I'm going to try to give Scottie Pippen some credit. Scottie Pippen, in case no one in the world knew, Scottie just happens to be the first player of his kind, really, to be that tall with ball handling skills. There was another, but not like Scottie. Scottie worked on his handles and became very, very good at handling the ball at that size. He had very good ball control, and he was very athletic for 6'9". Now, you know, his defense on Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson was out there, man. They over-glorified Scottie Pippen. And this is Bulls fans and Chicago media. The rest of the world, we knew what Scottie Pippen was. Y'all the ones that was out here delusional. Scottie Pippen is not what you thought he was. You guys have boosted his head up. So he believed all those headlines. But I give him credit for being one of the first to be the first out of the gate. That was the first time people had actually seen a big man move in the fashion that he did. You know? No one pretty much seen that before. Nobody's seen a big man really put the ball on the ground and, you know, and be the guy, you know? Nobody really seen that. So to go through that process, it was quite unique to see Scottie Pippen grow up. But Scottie's problem was mental. This is what kept you from being one of the greatest players of all time. This is what kept you on the sidelines. This is what kept you grounded. This is what kept you from being where Jordan is. And for Patreons only, I'm going to show you the full game. Okay? I'm going to show you the full game of Michael Jordan's team versus Scottie's all-star team. Him and Horace Grant on there. BJ, I think, was on his team. And they went up against Michael Jordan, Penny Hardaway, Sedell 3, all of them. I'm going to show you the game. So, this was Scottie Pippen's classic back in '94 when Jordan was retired. Came back for one game. So, I'm going to show you that. Just so you can see it. But Jordan has always stuck up for this guy. Michael Jordan is the reason you signed a $67 million contract with the Houston Rockets with Charles Barkley. He the reason that the Rockets gave you that money. Michael Jordan going out there capping for you is the reason you got that money and got paid. Charles Barkley would never probably tell the world because he really don't talk about it that much. But you went there all because of Charles. They went and got you because of Charles. Charles spoke up to you and said, let's grab Scottie Pippen. But he didn't say it like that. Charles was like, let's get Scottie Pippen. If we can grab Scottie Pippen, that's gonna put everybody in a better position out here if we get some of those guys to go along with everything that we're doing out here. Cause some of these knuckleheads around here just can't play. And I can't make no excuses for them. Kenny, Shaq, I'm gonna tell you like this. They just terrible. So in Houston, that's what they were left with. They had no back and forth. It was over. You feel me? It was over. Now, when they came there and they saw how Scottie Pippen was all season, it was dismal. He wasn't living up to no $34 million and $30 million that he was going to get. They was like, this dude is disastrous. He is not playing up to par. He is not living up to the money. What has they done to us? Michael done did it to me again. What's going on with Scottie? Well, the whole rest of the world knew. Too bad Scottie didn't know. Charles didn't know. Scottie was not that man. This is not the guy you was teammates with. Was going up against in the NBA Finals in '93. But what you see in the beginning of this video details in full layout form exactly what it was like. And I'm driving the wrong way because I'm talking to y'all so much. Scottie Pippen went and got a house just like Michael got a house. He didn't need that big house. He wanted to have a big house like Michael. He wanted the 33 like Michael got the 23. He wanted 33 to be respected like 23. Michael told people to respect you. They was like, man, you got to look at Scottie Pippen the same way, man. You can't look down on Scottie just because they was like, we ain't wearing nothing with him. We won because of you. You was MVP, not him. Anybody stupid enough to put Middleton over Giannis is retarded. I don't know if anybody would ever tell them, but that is kind of a retarded move to even think about. But there's some people out there in the world that believes that Giannis oh yeah, Captain Jack, that's who it was. Captain Jack believes Chris Middleton is better or equal than Giannis. But that's him. Chris Middleton is a role player. You do not build a team around a role player. You want to build the Milwaukee Bucks around Chris Middleton? You will find out. Andrew Wiggins, Minnesota. They paid him like he was a franchise player. Made sure he was the end-all, be-all of the team. They had Jimmy Butler and got to the playoffs for the first time in like 15 years. Then all of a sudden, Jimmy became too much. For a non-winning franchise, Jimmy Butler seemed to have been the problem. Then in the end, they realized, well, damn, he was right about Wiggins. He's got to go. He goes to the 76ers, plays there one season. They go further in the playoffs than they ever went in their life, mainly because of Jimmy Butler. Joel Embiid got some type of stomach virus, couldn't play. Jimmy Butler did his thing. He told the coach, hey, man, we need to start running some plays that the ball is not always in this guy's hands. Ben Simmons. That was like taboo there. Ben Simmons is their guy. They kept doing everything to appease Ben Simmons. I tried to tell everybody, Joel's getting sick of this. They ain't doing nothing to appease him. They trying to keep Ben happy. And what happened? They let Jimmy go. Don't re-sign Jimmy. He goes to the Miami Heat, and they give him the keys to the door. He's more than happy in Miami. He's right where they need to be. They just got a younger Dwayne Wade. Straight from Marquette. Now, with that being said, you move forward and you start looking around, and you start saying to yourself, who are some of the greatest players in the game mentally? Who are some of the greatest players you've seen in this game who have evolved, who's risen to the top, who had a great skill set, was the total package? Who really put everything together and got it to work? Then you should say to yourself, at the same time, who are these people? Who are these ones that are controlling everyone's destiny? Who's making these analogies? Because role players and franchise players, that's it. That's the whole NBA right there. Two things: the master and the apprentice. It's like Star Wars, baby. There's a master and an apprentice. Nevermore the rule of two. And that is it. The franchise player and the role player. You're not going to have more than one franchise player on the team. Somebody's going to be the role player. When you put multiple franchise players on one team, that's no longer a team. Man, I remember most of these dudes went to, what was that? Peabody's. Everybody used to go to Peabody's, man, and it's this old man Peabody. Go to Peabody's. Peabody's is the master chef. Making up old man Peabody. Making up all these doggone sandwiches. I mean, roast beef. If you like that, what's that? Corned beef. Corned beef on rye. Oh my goodness. Corned beef and cabbage. Corned beef and cabbage. So, old man Peabody going over there making these great, I mean, absolutely great sandwiches, right? And he decided to have an apprentice to teach him everything that he knew. Shadow me and be great. Now the other apprentice, he gets the sandwiches done quicker. He's got this new system of his. He's doing things. So the guy who owned Peabody's, even though the name is called Peabody's, he don't own it. The owner said, man, this young guy is the hip. This young guy is the face. Peabody's just a name. This guy can go. So they told the old guy, well, we're going to bring you in for less days. He was like, what? This is my store. No, we own it. And we want this young apprentice. He's the young guy. He's got the energy. We want him to do it more. You'll still get paid, but just sit back a little bit. You know, try to work your way to retirement. This is insulting to this man because this is his business. And so he was like, well, I ain't going to say nothing. The young lad going to tell him what's what. Get him, young body. Young bull get in there and say, I'm with these guys all the way. I'm trying to come up. He was like, I hired you. I trained you. I told you, why would you stab me in the back like that? Look, man, I ain't trying to get in your way, and, you know, I'm sorry that they looking at me doing this and that. I'm just, you know, I can't turn down an opportunity like this. So, they wanted to replace the master with the apprentice. But the apprentice isn't ready to be a master. You wanted the role player to be the franchise player. And they stepped the old man down. A lot of people were very discouraged at what happened with old Mr. Peabody. And what happened after that? Young Bull get in there, start running everything his way. Fast sandwiches, people complaining, this ain't tasting right. Where's my mayo? I said hold the cheese. I said, all of a sudden, service and quality is not the same. People were looking at, oh, he's fast with the food. You get your food fast and all this, but it ain't the same. He did everything he thought he was taught from the master. But what he was missing was a key ingredient. He didn't have that personal touch. He didn't have the care. The person before, who was the franchise, had the care. He had the burden of responsibility of making sure every sandwich was right. He loved his job. He loved what he did. He didn't love the money. That's what was the difference. This is a person in Scottie Pippen who is the role player. Doesn't like the position of role player. Feels he's one of the greatest players of all time. In his mind, and the rest of you fools who pumped his head up to believe it. His numbers, nothing he did is says Hall of Fame. And they stuffed him in the Hall of Fame, and it's insulting. And they only did it because he played with Michael Jordan, and Jordan didn't want to be there alone. So that is the only reason why he was on Dream Team, only reason he was in top 50, the only reason they stuck him in the Hall of Fame. Scottie Pippen has done diddly squat in the NBA compared to damn near half the players in the league. Half. Wasn't trying to make it like he was better than Dominique Wilkins. Dominique Wilkins was a franchise player. Franchise. Okay, you could never be Dominique. Scottie Pippen in 94. Mention 95. He holding up his shoe. Come back, Mike. Come back. Yeah, you want him to come back. Save your hide. That is not what a leader do. That's not what a franchise player do. Kobe ain't gonna be holding up his shoe talking about come back Shaq. Think Kobe wanted Shaq back when they weren't winning those years when he left? Man, we need Shaq. I don't feel that way. I really don't. I don't feel that way at all. I feel these people right here need to know. Scottie Pippen and what he was. He was somebody who's selfish. If anybody is selfish, it's Scottie. He's just telling you all about himself. He's the one that's selfish. He's the one that can't move on. He's the one that's lip pucked out about everything. He was the one getting arrested. He was the one doing all the dirt. But he mad at Michael Jordan. He was every bit of a scumbag. Scumbag got a nerve to have some beef with Isaiah Thomas, and I don't want to shake his hand and all that. Well, don't nobody. Well, I don't think we ever needed to have a conversation for. I mean, it's ridiculous to me because, one, Michael Jordan don't need you. That's what I'm saying. It's like, man, that's like saying John Paxson wasn't important. Horace Grant was just more important than him. They wouldn't have won without Horace. They wouldn't have won without Paxson. Scottie was there for all 6 rings. He kept Scottie there. Because Scottie knew to defer to Michael. Had no problems playing to defer the ball to Michael. Never once did he say, hey, I need that ball, Mike. Let me save the day. If Scottie accepted his role as being a role player, this would all be over with. But because he's a whiny little girl, he continuously going off trying to build publicity for this punk ass book that nobody's gonna read. And he tried to sue. Scottie Pippen tried to sue. He tried to sue everybody. He tried to sue anybody on YouTube, media outlets, everybody for saying he was broke. And the court told him, man, get the hell up out of here, Scottie Pippen. Man, they putting out reports saying that I'm broke. Oh, you ready? You want to go through your financials and exploit them out to the rest of the world so they can see, so you can prove that you're not? You want to do that? Well, I mean, I just thought that maybe if I'd done something wrong, or they don't know like what's broke, and I mean, I just don't like hearing that I'm broke. Scottie Pippen, get the hell out of here, man. That's how they gonna do Scottie. They gonna say, Scottie Pippen, man, if you don't get the hell out of my face, man. I'm serious. Go get away from me, Scottie. I'm serious. Now I'm being serious. You gotta go, Scottie. That's where we at right now with Scottie. That's where we are. Scottie Pippen could never be or be anything more than what he is. He's stuck in his ways. And you're not gonna go anywhere in life like that, burning bridges. He's trying to use this new millennial way of all this sympathy. He was victimized by a mean Michael Jordan, and he's trying to play that sympathy card and be the victim. I saw that. I didn't know they were gonna bring up that. You answered it in the damn documentary, you dummy. So I really don't have too much more to say about Scottie anymore. I mean, the whole beginning tells you all you need to know about Scottie Pippen. He's always gonna be just that. He's basic. Nothing more, nothing less. Scottie's just a basic player. I don't need this thing, but I might as well do it. Last destinations.
Please select a line number or say continue. Cancel.
I didn't say cancel. But let's get it going.
Please follow the road for 3 miles.
And so we're following for 3 miles. So anyway, thanks everybody for listening to me rant one last time about Scottie damn Pippen. Detroit Piston bad boys all damn day long. And all of us was better than you. What is it? Hit the like button, subscribe to the page. The Cash App is Carcino, Carceno. Thank you guys for hitting up the Cash App earlier today on the videos. I did see it. My Patreon is Carcino. And definitely pay attention to that because I'm finna go over there and go off. Deuces.